So in this video, we're going to learn to set up the OD Pro camera in C++. So to do this, you want to search for the Luxonis GitHub page, go to the GitHub, go to the depthai-core repository, and you have two options once you get here. You can select the branch and select whatever version you want and build from source, or you can go to the pre-built releases. We're going to go to the pre-built releases, and since we're doing this in Windows, we're going to select the version 2.20.1 Win64 for 64-bit architecture. You can just double-click that to download it, single-click. So when that downloads, and in fact I've already downloaded it and placed it in the same place where I keep all my libraries. So in here we have our bin, which has our DLL files that have been pre-built for us. And what we need to do with this is we need to add this path to our environmental variables so that our system can find these DLLs when we compile our program. So we're going to have to go to environment variables, path, double click it, and you want to do new and paste it in there. Now I've already done this and you can see it's already in there. So, and also I do system variables as well. So go to path, double click, hit new, and paste it in there just like we did for the above one. Hit OK. And when you do this step, this is very important, you have to restart your computer or you're going to end up with a lot of strange issues that otherwise wouldn't happen. So just be aware of that. So you can see that we have our includes. And now basically what we could do is we could start Visual Studio and start configuring everything. So I'm going to create a new project. I'm just going to do a blank console app. Console app. And I'm going to name it YouTube Demo. Put it in this temp folder I made. And for the code that we're going to use to get started, and the same Luxonis, we have a depthai-core example, which just has some basic C++ code to get us started. So we're going to go to the raw, copy, paste it into Visual Studio. Now we're seeing you're getting these errors in here because the compiler doesn't know where anything's at, so we need to tell it by setting the include path. So before we do that, we need to make sure we're in release and x64 since we're using 64-bit architecture. Now we can go to project properties, configuration properties, VC++ directories. Make sure we're in x64 because that's where we're at right here. And go to include directories, and now we can start including everything that we need. So the first thing to include is this path right here for basic depthai stuff. Hit the new folder icon, and now we're going to do another include. And this is for our dependencies. So the dependencies for this are stored in lib, cmake, depthai, and dependencies, and include. We're going to need to include those. So hit OK, and now we want to get our library directories. So this is where Visual Studio is going to find all of the lib files. So right here, just go to lib and hit OK. And now we need to link our libraries. So we go to linker, input, additional dependencies, hit edit, and now we're going to add some libraries. So right here we have the depthai-core and the depthai-core D. Now this is for release and this is for debug. So we're going to run the release version right now. And we're also going to add the depthai OpenCV. So we hit OK, apply. Now we still need to add OpenCV, so let's go ahead and do that. So I have OpenCV installed. We're going to use 4.6.0. And in the install, we go to our include. So this is the include path for OpenCV. So let's go back to the project properties. Let's go to the VC++ directories, modify our includes, and add the OpenCV include path. And we also need to include our OpenCV libraries. So we're going to go back to this folder. We're going to go back to build. Now to get to our OpenCV libraries, we need to go here. And just to make sure, this needs to be added to your environmental variables, or the Visual Studio would not be able to find the DLL files. So I've already done that. My computer's already been restarted. Make sure to do that. Make sure to restart your computer if you haven't already when you add these to your environment variables. So now we want to add our lib paths. So we come in here, and we need to go to the linker and add the OpenCV library files. So I've installed OpenCV World, which is why I only have two lib files. If you don't install with World, you'll get a ton of lib files. It's not a problem, but it just makes it a little easier to use OpenCV World. So now we're going to hit apply, and we're going to hit OK. Now there's one more thing, and we need this optional library. So to do that, we need to go to so this right here, this optional thing. So you can actually just git clone it. So we'll do that real quick. Alright, so now we should have it in here. Optional, include, and we're going to add this to our includes path. So let this build. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like the build succeeded. So now I'm going to plug in my OD camera. Alright, let's hit the play button and see if it runs. Alright, so there you have it. Here I am on screen. So this is how you set up your OD camera for C++. Alright, hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next one.